Welcome to the origins of hip hop. Obviously, a video that covers everything this genre has to offer would take hours and hours. This video merely covers how it started. Our homework this week will allow you to further investigate what isn't provided in this video. The end will feature some resources I recommend checking out for more information. As the story goes, Cindy Campbell was having a party for back to school. Renting the rec room in her apartment would cost half her paycheck, and she wanted to save money to buy new clothes for school. Her brother was an aspiring DJ known as Kool Herc. He would take care of the music, and she'd invite the guests at a quarter for the girls and 2 quarters for the guys. Kool Herc, whose birth name was Clive, grew up in Jamaica and had been DJing house parties for a few years. Cindy and Clive's father was an avid record collector, everything from jazz, gospel, country, and reggae. So the party didn't start off so well. Clive played some Jamaican reggae tunes and others from his personal style. This was the Bronx, though. The audience wanted the breaks, which happens between sections of melody. He switched to some soul and funk, took the mic, and ran the crowd. Good equipment is crucial. This is a picture of Kool Herc's actual setup. It just sold at auction at Christie's for over 170,000 pounds. That's roughly 223,000 US dollars. Kool Herc's new invention allowed him to play the percussive instrumental breaks in a song for a long, continuous dance flow. Why does that matter? Well, he noticed that these breaks brought out people to dance. What was his invention? He set up 2 turntables and a mixer to play the same record on each turntable. This meant he could loop and extend the breaks for longer dance times. He also called out individual dancers at the events to show off their moves. The ones who performed during breaks were known as break boys and break girls, or b-boys and b-girls. They would compete in dance circles, competing with footwork, acrobatics, flips, routines. Kool Herc was the father of hip-hop. Okay, so now we know the who of hip-hop. Now let's learn the where. In the 1970s, urban planner Robert Moses decided to build a highway through the heart of the Bronx, which was a diverse community of 60,000 people. Historian Robert Caro said, quote, "Where once apartment buildings or private homes had stood were now hills of rubble, decorated with ripped open bags of rotting garbage that had been flung atop them." Living conditions deteriorated, with slumlords making more money destroying their buildings than collecting rent. Poverty-stricken, crime, gangs, abandoned buildings, burned out cars. This is where the phrase, "the Bronx is burning," comes from. Black and brown youths formed gangs, first in self-defense, then sometimes for power, and sometimes for kicks. Some of the gangs partnered with each other, and others preyed on each other. Often, when one neighborhood got organized into a gang, another sprang up in self-defense. For immigrant latchkey kids, foster children outside the system, girls running away from abusive environments, and thousands of others in the abandoned Bronx, the gangs provided shelter, comfort, and protection. But they also preyed on the weak. Drug pushers and addicts, the elderly, store owners, and unaffiliated youths. However, there were some gangs that organized to protest the state of healthcare and a desire to clean up their communities. When you went to jam outside, there are thousands of kids hanging around. There isn't anything else to do. A lot of young people are going downtown to see acts and discos. The younger kids are left behind. Teenagers who could dance and sometimes even originated the dances. Herc played the music that they wanted to hear. James Brown, the Isley Brothers, Booker T and the MGs, and more. It was disco, but it was ghetto disco. DJs would play outside and break into lampposts, splicing the wires and connecting to an extension cord. Everything about hip-hop was illegal. Stolen electricity, no permits for jamming in the streets. It was kind of like a carnival atmosphere. DJing and hip-hop were nomadic. It existed wherever it was happening. Hip-hop isn't exclusively performed by males. In fact, there is an entire wave of female hip-hop artists. This list obviously doesn't include everyone, but I've provided a few to get you started. To point out a few, Salt-N-Pepa, for example, is credited for a major shift in the genre. Quote, "More than simply anthems for women and middle school girls, these songs reflected a shift, not just in hip-hop, but to the age of third-wave feminism." Nikki D was the first female rapper signed to Def Jam Recordings. Missy Elliott won the first and second and only Grammys for Best Female Rap Solo Performance before the Recording Academy cut the category. And the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill won 5 Grammys, including Album of the Year, and was the first #1 rap album by a female rapper. Here are a few references that I suggest you check out for more information.